But
I
believe
this intro is. Do you want to take this intro this time, or is this on us? Where are we at?
I think we're on base.
Yeah, well, I'll do one. You guys do the other player. How's
Great.
that? We'll mix it up.
Okay.
So it is my pleasure to introduce in the bottom right, with a team leading 3-2 in this best of 9, the French Blue Cheese Terran MarineLorD.
And in the top left, we have Mr. Maximus Black.
Yeah.
Hit me up with the sound of remortgaging every one of your houses in an attempt to afford a Lambo.
Vroom, vroom.
We have the red
like,
Zerg Lambo.
I was
Dope
expecting
name.
Jeff to be like, I didn't expect to be personally attacked on this stream, Adam. Like,
I ain't got no damn Lambo. Come on.
No. So
not until you
that is
refinance that house, of course.
multiple times more expensive.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on the Lambo. You can get like 2012, 2014 Lambos for 100 grand, 120 grand.
Casual.
Casual.
See, he knows, guys. I'm saying he knows.
Oh, I
filthy
know.
casual.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to go up, you want to get a Huracan or an Aventador or something, it's a lot more.
And then you drive over one
Pothole here, and it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah. Rip.
Well,
all right.
I just want to reiterate this because it was just brought up in chat. Just to confirm for everyone, any of the bits you cheer today, I'll be taking the subtotal, and while the bits there's no way to physically make the bits go directly to charity, I will take the equivalent value of what I will get paid for my bits, and we'll put that towards the charity. So, for example, if we have $1,000 raised through bits, which we don't, but if we did, I would then pay $1,000 to the charity on your guys' behalf for those bits.
What a god.
So everything today that we can goes towards the charity. It's a once-a-year thing for BasetradeTV. We're making a big show out of it, guys. The biggest one we can, at least.
Yeah, and you got really, really great players up in this, I guess, tournament style. What exactly do you call this? Like a?
I've been rolling with show match because it's so
Show match?
it's really that's what it is. There's not a tournament. It's an event. It's a competition. Whatever you guys want to refer to it as. It's a team league show match at the end of the day is how I'm going with it.
Is there a lot of tournaments that happen or these type of events that happen for the players, or is this like sort of a rare occurrence, like outside of what you normally do? Is there like are players kind of starving for more of these type of events?
I would say yes and no, depending, because there are just like between myself, Wardy, WCS, Clash, like there's no shortage of things happening, but obviously not everyone can play in everything. So I think it goes down to like an individual basis.
I
but
suppose,
generally
yeah.
speaking, I know the meme is StarCraft's a dead game, but there's always events going on that I have to schedule around, and as long as there's so much going on that I have a headache scheduling, I don't consider it a dead game.
Boom, there it is.
Answering this too, guys, the bits do not directly count towards that counter that we have on stream, but yes, they would count towards the $2,500 we're going for that show match. So if you cheer bits, again, it's just me converting that money is what it is. Everything's going towards the same overall goals today, so whether it's raising money for a dumb show match with Nova War, or whether it's for the kids in general, again, all the money goes towards the charity today.
For the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. Speaking of which, more bits coming from Bacon Hero, Sasuke, and Havoc. Thank you guys all so much for those bits. We'll be sure to add that in later.
All right. A couple of Hellions coming up here, just trying to, once again, poke down the tumors. One Reaper did go down, I do believe. Still got one available. Just trying to get some information.
No
Oh, okay. All right. No deaths yet. It must have stayed alive just barely. 4
They get that really
Hellions
gross
out.
healing.
Damn. And we got Banshee on the way with Cloak.
Yeah, the Banshee's going to be interesting. There's basically two kind of thoughts of play on this one, and MarineLorD might be playing mech this game. We'll just make note of that really quick. Either way, this army will allow these Hellions to turn to Hellbats, so it's not just about policing the creep, it's about getting aggressive, and that's where that Banshee comes in. I doubt she'll wrap around the backside and try and pick off drones. She's likely going to blitz the front with this Hellbat attack, and Queens do not fare well against Hellbats most of the time, and if Lambo's spending all of his energy on creep tumors, he's not going to have the transfuses he needs to stop the attack.
Armory is also being put down right now for MarineLorD as well. What is the Zerg going here? We've got Banes. Not really sure that's going to be the saving grace here. I mean, I guess just more and more Queens, I suppose. But although Ling's not going to do anything either against this, this is scary, dude. This is a lot. This is scary.
This is a lot, and there's not a lot that that Lambo actually has to counter anything that's on his doorstep right now. All of this is kind of just a bad time for him.
Yeah.
And especially that Banshee.
this is-
Beautiful pick off on those Banes.
Yeah, specifically targeting on the Banelings. The only real threat to the Hellbats. Now, the Queens are going to try their hardest to kite around, but with that Spore Crawl out of range, this Banshee's just raining hell from above, and Banshees have some great damage in this game.
Yeah, he unfortunately doesn't have much energy left because as Riff was pointing
God.
out earlier.
Rip the drones.
Smells
Rip
like
the
barbecue.
drones.
But yeah, they don't have much for transfuse left. They might have 1 or 2 more before they're out of energy, but they might have just enough here, possibly with the help of a couple more Zerglings. And
Even
they
then,
will.
So much
this was
damage.
so cost-effective for MarineLorD. 900
Yeah.
minerals lost versus almost 1,600.
Yeah.
Huge. Absolutely huge. Scanning there, getting rid of 3 more tumors. A second Banshee is out. One of them is going to fly back home, get repaired up.
Yeah,
And,
she did God's work in that battle, man. 8 kills doesn't reflect how much damage she did.
Yeah. 7
by
of
the way,
those were
5 more
Banes.
bucks. Yeah, well, that was the big pick-off, right? Luckily, though, regardless, Lambo's still going to keep playing this. It's not like he's out of the game, but he's certainly behind after this initial attack. But $5 coming from UCIB. Thank you very much. He says, shout out to the Koreans typing in chat that are up at 4 a.m.
Let's go.
Yeah. Those guys are probably just the delinquent betters, to be honest. I don't think they're here for hype and charity, which feels bad, man. But shout out to them nonetheless.
We love you.
Annyeong. Annyeonghaseyo.
Annyeonghaseyo. Yeah, that was a super cost-effective time there for MarineLorD, no questions. But at the same time, Lambo is still kind of going about his business, right? There's not much else he can do but continue to kind of macro up and put in some work here with these queens. But he's getting really spicy with having his
get 2
queens this far up. He's gonna get more than 2. He might get all of them.
Yeah,
you can
2
get all
Banshees
3.
is a lot of damage. That's okay for Lambo. This is devastating for multiple reasons. First off, his queen count's not that high. With only 2 queens, he can't even inject all 3 of his bases, much less spread the creep tumors that he desperately not just wants but needs to get that map control. MarineLorD is really putting it to him in this game.
Yeah, and the 2 Banshees are now floating their way over into the main. There's 1 Spore there, but he is going to be able to pick off some drones at this extractor and just picking away little by little. 3 queens are gone. Few Zerglings coming out. Look, 3 drones getting picked apart there, and he's going to go after that extractor as well. Might even get this... no, he's going to have to back off. Oh, he's going to go for it. Nope. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, he's already done so much damage with these 2 Banshees at this point. If he just keeps them alive, especially just if he picks off like a drone or 2 every now and then going past this, I guess you'd call that the 4th at this point, I mean, that's going to be huge. He's really just keeping that economy down and allowing himself to build up. But in the midst of all of this, you know, supply-wise, they're not exactly far apart. They're just within a couple of supply of each other. I don't know how much of that is workers on both sides, but very well done by Lambo to be able to keep up despite all this constant pressure from MarineLorD.
Yeah, 74 workers for Lambo, 69 for MarineLorD.
So it's really close then in general, yeah.
Right, they've got really great economy, and it's being matched to one another. But Adam and Jeff, I got to ask you before we lose focus here. Do you guys know about the Moopies on this map?
No.
Okay, guys.
Call me?
Quick in-game donation. If we can get $40 before this game's over, I will show
50.
Jeff and Adam the Moopies. Fuck. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Moopies afterwards.
God.
Oh, what a
Oh
crushing
my
blow!
God.
Rip.
And it's
That was
gone.
amazing.
Entirely.
If I could get young Jennifer Love Hewitt before this game's over, I'll show them the move. Okay, it's not gonna work. Are you on my camera right now, Jeff?
Yes.
In-game,
Oh,
he means.
in-game? Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
in-game.
No,
Yeah.
no, like, instead of everyone, click on Rift there.
I got you.
Do you see
What
this? Do you see the little
in the
party
7
animals?
What in the 7
These are
hells
called
is that?
Moopies. I don't know why they're called Moopies, but that's their data file, and they're the Easter egg of this map, where they're having parties
What?
here and down on the bottom side too.
Definitely totally not Ewoks. Is that what they
Yeah,
are?
they look just like Ewoks.
For legal reasons, they're not Ewoks.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
Excellent. Well,
Great.
there you go. So, totally not Ewoks. Blessings.
Thank you for the $50, Pogo List, making that happen. For the kids, maybe some burgers. Let's not make them out of Moopies though.
You know those Moopies were, Moopies with a P?
Yep. Fourth race
Okay.
confirmed, says chat. Yes.
Fourth race.
Fourth
Yes,
race
do
is
it.
Could you imagine?
Fourth race
Could you
confirmed.
imagine the next expansion is
Playing
the
the
Moopies?
long game.
Yeah.
Hide
Instead
the
of
Moopies.
Zerglings, you just got like a horde of Moopies coming at you with sticks and stones.
That's the next
Oh,
skins for Zerglings is Moopies.
Dudes, I forgot about these Banshees because they should have died. They normally die 10 minutes ago, like before the game's even done, like started. But these Banshees have got a lot of kills between 15 on one, 7 on the other. Not to mention the countless damage they've inflicted over the course of this game.
Yeah, the amount of drone damage that they've gotten in is absolutely huge, which has been really all that's been helping MarineLorD not just get overrun, because his major advances outside of these two Banshees have been completely shut down at the mid-map. The creep spread for Lambo is getting to scary territory now anytime MarineLorD wants to push up the map. And so, you know, especially with the comp that Lambo's running, it's really going to make it hard for MarineLorD with all this fireball to get there in one piece.
I think one of the really big things about this, though, is consider how hard this was policed early on, and yet this is still where the creep is at. If MarineLorD had not been able to do the damage he did, this creep would be up in his 3rd right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh my God,
That's
that
a
Widow Mine
big
shot,
push
too.
coming up here. Widow Mines are going to be the big differentiator, hopefully, for MarineLorD. If he doesn't get big ones off, he's going to be in some serious trouble.
Have to pay respects to those two Banshees, lads. Those were the greatest Banshees that Terran players ever seen. While the fight comes down over here, the Widow Mines have bailing straight up pretty decently, but that Hydra count is too much. There's no way he could fight this.
Yeah.
No, not a chance. Those mines could be big, though.
Could be huge.
Oh,
No.
it chose the wrong direction, you fool! Mine, what are you doing?
Lambo is now coming up
God.
into the 3rd area and picks off the tanks. He's got that PF there sitting pretty, and he does not want to overstim into this because he could just turn around and smack these to death. Man, those Widow Mines, actually, most of those Widow Mines, honestly, did more damage to MarineLorD than it did Lambo.
That was heinous. That was the worst possible RNG draw on those mines.
It's two trains of thought, though, right? If you go for siege tanks, it's more guaranteed but less high-end damage, right? These Widow Mines are much more gambly. They can sometimes just straight up win a game, or they could blow up in your own face. It's a tough unit to use, honestly. And we've just seen the worst of luck here for
right? Because
MarineLorD.
Lambo just kind of A-moved down. Some of his units went around the ramp side, and they were the ones that drew the attention.
Here we go. There we go. That's a better
little
mine
better.
there.
But yeah, that was just an unfortunate pathing situation.
Oh,
if all of
no.
them went over that ramp, it would have been huge.
Oh,
Down
boy.
to the south, boys. Bailey's going to bust through. SCV's pulled away. Quick reaction time out of MarineLorD to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand. But funny enough, still gets supply blocked by this. His wall was part of his actual supply for once.
Yeah, and it's going to be forced to back off here. Pretty much on all fronts, man. Lambo is putting it on MarineLorD. MarineLord's supply blocked here. Not going to be for long as he's losing just about every unit over at his 3rd. Managing to hold off, though.
Split attack down below as well, going back in it again. But fortunately for MarineLorD, he's been ready for that. The Libs were there. He's got that mine there as well. But well done by Lambo trying to keep the forces split. The Vipers are out, though, and we're starting to get into that, mid-late game Zerg territory. And MarineLord's been having a heck of a time keeping himself on his feet.
We're definitely in the late game. There are Ultralists coming out, which is an anomaly because, again, any matchup, Ultras are typically not the go-to, but for Lambo in this one, feeling confident enough to do this, he's been putting melee upgrades in all game, so even though the bulk of his army's been Hydralisks, those Ultras are going to be very well upgraded.
This is a massive fight, and once again, the Widow Mine's doing damage there to Zerg, but just not enough. Getting overran and getting surrounded on 3 different fronts, managing to push him back. He's going to get rid of this, I guess, 5th base. Should be able to get rid of this, no problem, and should do it. Oh, no. Can he get it done? It's going to be close. No,
he
manages to keep it alive there.
So long as he just keeps it up off the ground and whatnot, I guess that's ultimately a win for Lambo. But when he comes back again for this next wave of attacks, he's going to have those Ultralisks, and it's going to be huge. Those Vipers are going to have to put in some work against the Libs to keep them off of hitting up the ground. There they go.
God.
They get them. The Libs are down, and this is a huge push. This actually could be the push, depending on how well these Ultralisks put in work.
They can take a hit. They can take a hit, or
can.
17. Jesus Christ, that took a long time to go down. Push this back really far. Now, it's really important he doesn't lose the Vipers. Luckily, not many Marines survive through these fights, though, so the Vipers will get out of here alive.
That's a lot of ultras. And when I say a lot, I mean 3. And 3's a lot.
It's still plenty. It's
4
more
now.
than enough right now.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to get overran.
It's really
here.
the Vipers on those Liberators. Really, that was the Liberators were all that he really had for those Ultralisks. And as soon as they went down, that was it.
Guys,
That was
GG.
the show.
this ties it up 3-3. This is the
Let's
most
go.
back and forth we could hope this could ever be.
Let's go.